I'll tell you this: I've never seen a group of young, older men coaches any more excited to be a part of something like that record 26 had than the genuine love and cheer that I saw them congratulating and enjoying it with him. It meant something to everybody in that room, and of course he's just Mr. Humble. But we all realized that I know I saw Micah grab him and just look him in the eye and just say, boy, you just were under a spell. You just were going in no matter what. So it's exciting into a really tough game. And I know you all felt the way I did. That game right up until it seemed like the end was really a tough game. Washington really played well, but Dak again just was such a difference maker out there. And before the game, I hear in the dressing room, a few of them were going over their different moves to get in that red kettle. And I thought, well, boy, everybody can't get in the red kettle. But backs can't get in. Bland had said if he goes in, he wanted his coach to come jump in with him. That's the foretold before the game that they were planning on jumping in that red kettle out there. So then Dak came along, was talking about getting in the red kettle. But this is surreal, unbelievably exciting to see this group reach this level of enthusiasm. Your question?
The coaching staff obviously trusted in Deron Bland's ability when Trayvon went down, but could you have predicted this kind of season that he's having right now?
Well, not at all, and it's hard to predict these never done before records in the NFL. And you know, we all are not only impressed by what he's doing, his work ethic, but we're impressed at how sound he is when he's not making those interceptions. He's playing really sound football back there, and but it would have been beyond our expectation or dream that we could have him step up the way he has. And it's inspirational. It's inspirational, frankly, just like Micah. That's an inspirational situation there to the other players on all sides of the ball.
You think he should be Defensive Player of the Year?
Well, I don't know about that, but I sure thought he got that Defensive Player of the Week. And he should be Offensive Player with the way he made that run to the end zone. So throw that one out for consideration.
Jerry, how much different is your Thanksgiving celebration after a game like this compared to some of the ones that haven't gone this far?
Well, of course, we've just gotten to be a part of such a great tradition for the Cowboys to be able to have this Thanksgiving game for the NFL. And I've never dreamed that it could evolve into what it is to have today, have Dolly Parton, the great star that she is, the millions of people that are watching the game, and then for the Dallas Cowboys to show out and, if you will, break a almost unattainable record, it seemed like. This is a surreal day. I wouldn't even dare, as much as I imagine or as big as I might dream or think, I couldn't have drawn a day like today up. I couldn't have imagined it. It really covered a lot of ground, and again, not the least, was that great job of being out there with the Salvation Army and thinking about. I think the Salvation Army has talked about how many mouths, 2.6 million mouths, will be fed by Dolly's donation of 1 million. That'll feed that many people here during the holidays. Her contribution, much less what she's inspired people to contribute. So to be able to do that in football, be a part of an effort like this is really more than you can almost understand. But thank you for Thanksgiving.
Why do you think Dak Prescott has played as well as he has since that 49ers loss?
Well, I don't know about since the loss, but I do know that it's clicking in the kinds of things that he worked on all year, beginning in the spring. His coordination with, of course, Mike Schottenheimer, the things they wanted to implement relative to the best use of his skills. And then you're seeing him mix in some running that maybe he wasn't doing as much. That was of his own volition. But when he does that, has a little mixture of that, then that combination of things really gives him an opportunity to just make the plays. But Mike was true to his plan before the game. He went out there to, he knew they were going to be up there emulating what Carolina had done on the run, and he knew that he was going to take them deep, and they did it all game. So they had a good, we had a good plan. Really, I thought Carolina really played a really technically sound game. It had us there almost thinking this game could get down to a one score like it did in Carolina. But I really want to compliment Carolina until the floodgates broke open there. Washington. Well, Carolina too, but Washington, and thank you.
Jerry, can this team...
Is it Thanksgiving or Christmas?
How good do you feel about this team right now? How good do you feel about this team right now?
Well, I would not want to try to recreate the energy and the special thing between these players. I wouldn't try to go and try to have it better. It's on par with anything I've ever seen. Our health, our talent level, along with the thing that happens when you start as a team to see each other, depend on each other, and make plays. And I wouldn't dare have tried to be here right now and try to be in better shape for the rest of the year. We're the best I could ever think we could be.
Can this team win a championship, Jerry?
Yes, yes, it can. There's 4 or 5 others at least that can win one, that can win it too, that are sitting there that some of them we got to play and some of them will go by to get one. But this team's certainly capable of winning the whole thing.
Jerry, do you feel like a guy like Darius Leonard can make an impact on this team?
Well, I don't know about that. We're had a short meeting on that before the game, and we'll see how we do with our evaluation and look at him pretty good. Like to see look at some health things. I know a lot of teams are looking at him, so I don't want to give an indication of the degree of our interest with him.
Would you say based on the schedule that based on the schedule that the toughest part of the season is coming up next week?
Well, against Seattle?
Yes, sir.
The whole season?
Philly, Miami, Buffalo.
Oh, you mean Seattle and beyond?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I think that we should, without measuring their relative measurement of tough, how they've played. In other words, their ranking, I think we have prepared to play the toughest part of the year. We are preparing and have prepared to go into the playoffs. And that was always going to be the tough part. So it will be tough. We've got to play these guys again. They'll be tough. They beat Philadelphia. So they'll be tough.
McCarthy just said that it was your idea about the turkey leg. How did that come about?
Well, we had a lot of fun. You know, if you use props in the NFL, you can get some fines. Yeah. Now, if they will just include something to do with the red kettle on their fine, dispensing fines, I'll be all for it. And we'll make a fuss out of it just to give more attention to the red kettle.
So how did the turkey thing come about?
Well, I think the guys were thinking about, from their perspective, whether it be defensive guys or whether it be Dak or offensive guys, they were anticipating doing some scoring. And as a matter of fact, Bland had told his secondary coach that if he got one, they had to plan on coming down there and helping him get in the red kettle or going in there with him. We talked about that before the game. So I've got to check on it, but I think they ended up in the kettle somewhere.
They asked you about Shaq Leonard. Could you use help at the linebacker position just because of what's happened with Leighton?
Well, 33 played outstanding out there tonight, and so we'll just evaluate that. And I sure like the way we're overall playing. Our linebackers are playing, and I won't be commenting right now whether Leonard is a viable alternative for us or not.
Would it bother you, though, Jerry, if the Eagles were to sign Leonard?
Well, it doesn't. Every time they seem to be making some good decisions over there personnel-wise. I like our linebackers. So I'm not, I don't want to imply one way or the other my interest in Leonard.
Question, the Stars got a statue for Mike Madonna. Have you thought about another statue here at AT&T other than Landry?
For the most interceptions in the year?
Talk about players who are maybe Ring of Honor. Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about something that might be appropriate to have set the record for interceptions.
You plan a
It's part of
statue
it.
next
Well,
to
I'm
Landry?
thinking about a statue.
What about in general?
I think if Landry set the bar for how to get a statue around here, that's a pretty high bar.
Yeah. What's the rest of your Thanksgiving look like?
Thank you.
Well, we're going to celebrate this. We will, of course, get ready to play Seattle next week, and but I'll get a chance to join my family Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, I'm going to be at Austin with my grandson for his senior day with the Longhorns, and then we'll all be about 50 of us will be at our place in Missouri.
Had you seen?
Just have a good family celebration.
Had you seen Dolly in person before?
Well, I've seen Dolly most of my, as far as having known Dolly. Dolly was in Springfield, Missouri when she was maybe just 20. And my folks lived in Springfield, and she was with the Ozark Jubilee, Porter Wagner. And so I had been seeing Dolly Parton, but that was before she was Dolly Parton. So she's an icon. She's an iconic icon. It was just a gift from above to have her be our entertainment here for the Salvation Army. It was really very meaningful, and there's no question she impacted the viewership by millions.